Okay. Okay, for today's lecture, it will be about oral presentation in general. But most of it kita akan emphasize on academic or research presentation lah. Okay. Now, biasanya kalau kita buat slide presentation, the first slide biasanya akan jadi tajuk, nama kita dan topik apa kita nak cakap. Second slide untuk memandu to grab the attention of the viewers, biasanya kita akan buat outline. So sebagai contoh outline for this class, kita akan cover how to focus your message followed by the presentation components, how to create a presentation using a video, audio video aids, how to do the presentation itself, how to conduct yourself the presentation, handle question, and what is the general take home message of this class. And so usually kalau kita buat proposal or FYP presentation, kita akan ceritalah production, methods we use, the results kita dapat, discussion, and conclude. Okay, so Azimnya, the second slide of your presentation should focus on the outline itself. Okay, and then baru you go into an introduction or a precursor or whatever. Right. So first of all, when you want to do an oral presentation, you should first determine of what you want to give in your talk. Are you a motivator? You nak motivate orang supaya get ready for exam, ataupun you nak jadi penceramah cakap pasal agama, hal-hal keagamaan untuk bagi orang insaf, sedar diri, kembali ke pangkal jalan ke. Okay. Kedua, to educate, sama ada through formal lecture ataupun invite industry expert untuk bagi an informative talk. Tiga, persuade. Persuade ni selalunya, persuade and inform ni biasanya digunakan oleh siapa-siapa yang kerja sales lah. Biasanya and to my understanding nutritionist yang kerja dengan misalnya GNC ataupun yang apa lagi kawan saya dulu masa tu ada yang kerja dengan Milo event. Diorang punya peranan untuk persuade, untuk beritahulah kebaikan Milo dan cara sukatan betul untuk minum Milo supaya sebelum exercise dan lepas exercise dan sebagainya. Okay, so that's the first one. Determine what you want to give in your talk. Okay. Right, next is to organize your message effectively. You need to determine your topic and what you want to cover in that talk. Brainstorm and organize all your ideas. Do your research. Make sure that you are well informed of your topic. Okay. Classify and order and susun your ideas. Okay. And emphasize what are the important points. Macam saya cerita awal tadi, generally kalau kita buat academic presentation ataupun apa saja presentation, kita mestilah at least ada kepala, badan badan dan benda di bawah kaki lah. Or in the context of academic or research, mesti ada introduction and the body and the conclusion. Okay. Alright. Alright. And who usually you would do your presentation to? If you're selling a product, usually you will speak in front of your potential clients lah. Okay, but kalau dalam konteks akademik, kalau kuliah, pensyarah akan cakap pada student, dan kalau research presentation, sama you all akan cakap di depan panel dan juga kawan-kawan. Okay. Is to establish scientific priorities and public. Okay. Skip lah. Okay. Alright. When you are presenting your research finding or talk, usually the duration is between 10 or 15 minutes only. Kalau Viva PhD pun paling lama dia bagi 15 minit and 5 minit selebihnya adalah Q&A. So in the field of research or any academic gathering, kalau you dijemput untuk bagi oral presentation, anggaplah is sebagai honor yang besar. Tetapi walaupun you dapat honor dan besar, perkara yang sama juga apply pada apa masa saya sebut kuliah poster dulu, jangan overload your presentation with too much information because you don't have 8 hours or 24 hours to present to your audience. You buat macam tu kan ramai yang balik awal. Okay. So out of the 15 12 slides, this is a suggestion of how you can allocate those slides, background, and include a problem statement or justification between 1 to 2 slides, aim of the study, the methods that you use, your result discussion, conclusion, and maybe sometimes include a few key reference that you use inside your slides. Okay. Now, for academic presentation, saya suka tekankan kat sini, lepas you bagi background, um, highlight what is the issue, gaps and all. Sebab when you do research, you kena ada sebab. Sebab saya pernah alami one of your seniors, dia dia tak buat problem statement langsung. Sebab dia tanpa nak kerja masa, dia beritahu introduction, dia kata this is my problem statement and terus ke the next slide. Saya suruh dia present balik apa problem statement sebab we need to know what is the issue and why you're doing it. If we don't know the issue, then buat apa? Buat study. Okay. Alright. As for the aim of the study, biasanya aim of the study ni digovern oleh 3 benda, which is the objective, research question, and of course the hypothesis. Kalau you ada 6 research objective, 6 research objective tu mesti disupport oleh 6 question dan 6 hypothesis. Tak boleh you ada 3 objektif, 1 question ataupun 10 hypothesis. Okay. But apa yang saya nak emphasize kat sini, antara 3 tu you boleh pilih untuk ketegakkan salah satu saja. Kalau cakap objektif, just cakap pasal objektif you dulu. Tak perlu you elaborate. My 8 objectives is supported by ABC research question and ABC hypothesis. Just kata the aim of study is my objective has 8. These are the objectives, and these objectives are supported by the following 8 questions and 8 hypotheses. And then move on. Right? Okay. Right. When you do the slide presentation, apa dia kata kat situ? Make it big. If it looks too big on the computer, it's usually perfect size. Dan lazimnya an ideal font for your text should be at least Times New Roman or Arial 24 or equivalent. Don't make the font smaller than 24. Okay, keep it simple. Present the main ideas of each of your concept or your whatever idea it is that you wish to present. Make it clear. Kan saja size. Make sure the font is appropriate, easy to read. Jangan guna font yang fancy macam susah sikit nak baca. Yeah. Be consistent. Use a logical sequence and one format. Right. Right. Alright. When you come to your conclusion, and conclusion ni biasanya saya try your best to limit it to 1 slide. What you need to do is summarize the key points of your presentation. Summarize on how to implement the solution or the application of the result of your findings to the field of knowledge or practical settings. And summarize future prediction based on your persuasive strategies. Okay. So beside text, these are some of the visual aids that you can use in your presentation. Kalau you nak cerita pasal statistik of obesity di Malaysia, maybe you nak tunjuk Malaysia tu ada kat mana and prevalence of obesity tinggi kat mana. KL ke, Kelantan ke, rendah kat Sabah, Sarawak ke. Alright, graphs and charts. Biasanya ketunjuk ni kalau melibatkan statistical analysis. Photograph, pictures, biasanya kalau melibatkan you menghasilkan sesuatu produk baru ataupun you nak show an innovation, a new ways to prepare a specific food product, right? Model, poster, and kalau dalam slide presentation pun tak salah kalau you nak have a hyperlink to a video that you dah buat. Misalnya you tak boleh illustrate macam mana dia you misalnya buat scones dalam slide tu. Kalau boleh pun you boleh buat apa step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tapi kalau you buat macam tu slide you akan panjang. Maybe you consider the steps of doing scone, click a hyperlink video, link lah kepada YouTube ataupun mana video link, and let the video speak for itself. Okay, right. So these are some of the suggested font. Tengok semuanya besar-besar. Cuma in some tak ada pun below 24, semuanya atas. Kecuali dalam handout saja you mungkin boleh kecilkan sikit. Okay. Alright. Another ways that you can effectively do PowerPoint slides, use visual sparingly. Maksudnya it's not wrong for you to use pictures graph, tapi jangan overdo it lah, and jangan overdo the effects of kapal terbang datang, kapal layar datang berlabuh semua. It will be distracting. Okay, use the rule of 7 by 7, meaning use no more than 7 lines for text for each slide, and use no more than 7 words for a line of the text. Okay, boleh-bolehnya restrict the content of tables and graph. Sebab one of the biggest bad habits setengah-setengah orang bila dia dapat result table tu bulat-bulat dia nak copy paste masuk dalam ni, masuk dalam slide. Tapi bila presenter tengok macam susah nak faham. So do your best to make the table more simple and more viewer friendly. Okay, right? Maintain a uniformity in terms of font, style, size, and bullets throughout your slides. Okay. Alright, this is some of the examples of font that have been used. Okay, if you use overuse video 8, macam saya kata tadi, audience will be divided. Audience may pay more attention to the videos rather than the speakers, right? Right. So that is a few tips on what to do and what not to do in a slide presentation. Okay. Once we move on, preparations that you should consider doing before doing the presentation. Number one, paling penting ialah prepare your visuals in advance. Avoid the habit of doing last minute. Sebab kalau buat last minute, kelang kabut, and the slide yang you hasilkan mungkin tidak seperti yang you harapkan and tak seperti yang audience you harapkan, and it will cause your day to be very, very bad lah if you do last minute. Always make sure you have a backup copies. On this day and age, make multiple copies. Kalau you ada laptop, save dah dalam multiple thumb drive, or sekarang ni zaman modern, make sure to backup whatever materials daripada slides, daripada additional reading materials, backup in the cloud. Because malang tidak berbau. Your laptop may be okay today, but a few days before your presentation, something bad happen. And kalau you tak ada backup, susah hati lah you kalau macam tu. Okay? You always make backup. Rehearse a lot and avoid the use of paper or notes cards excessively. Pada peringkat pertama rehearse, okay, mungkin peganglah segala nota ataupun apa pun note yang you tampal. But second round practice, third round, fourth round practice, mula pelan-pelan tinggalkan you punya notes tu, so that you will feel more natural when you speak. Because if you, kalau pun you practice and you simpan notes, you will tend to develop the habit of reading when you are actually presenting. So that's why it is important to rehearse. The first few rounds, or at least the first round, papers. Second, third round, cuba tinggalkan papers terus. Speak naturally. Okay. Know how to use technical equipment. The very least you should know is to open a PowerPoint and open your slide presentation and then present. Okay. Selalunya di conference ataupun present kat fakulti biasanya dah ada technician lah untuk standby kalau projector tu off atau tak off. Tapi kalau you ada that knowledge will be very helpful sebab kadang bila hang ke apa, hang ke tak boleh pancarkan ke projector, kadang nak tunggu 5-10 minit technician datang. Kalau you dah ada knowledge, mungkin you boleh tolong you punya panel atau lecturers untuk adjust. And kalau boleh settle on the spot, lagi cepat boleh proceed. Right? Okay. So that, review the room and select the layout that is best for your uh, presentation. Azimnya kalau kita dah kena present, kita tak dapat pilih ruang jemputan. Kalau rostrum ataupun pentas tu dekat tengah, kat tengah lah you kena present. But to avoid the so-called space anxiety, what you can do to reduce it is to datang awal and get familiar with the room. Okay. But preview the room and select the layout ni lebih applicable kalau you nak practice. Okay. But when the real presentation, you don't really have much choice. Takkan you nak kata kat pengerusi majlis, saya apa, takutlah nak pentas, boleh tak saya apa, turun ke bawah. Kalau pengerusi tu murah hati bagi you jalan-jalan sambil cakap, tak apalah. Kalau dia tak bagi, nak buat macam mana? Right? Okay, how to conduct yourself during presentation. Number one is to be punctual. Kalau pukul 10 present, pastikan you sampai at least 10 minit awal. Bukannya 10 present, 1 minit baru muncul. Ni kalau dapat panel yang not forgiving, siap sedialah untuk jawab dan bersiap sedialah untuk dipenalize. Stand up or sit up straight. Gantung pada what type of presentation. Sit straight ni biasanya kalau melibatkan forum lah. Apabila you duduk atas sofa, a few chairs on the stage. But if it's a one-on-one presentation, biasanya you kena some way somehow berdiri. Okay. Keep your hands in front of you. Maintain eye contact with the audience on all sides, all corners of the room. That's another reason why you are encouraged to practice before the actual presentation itself, because we want you to make eye contact with your audience, not make eye contact with your nota, right? And kalau you punya presentation tu, a friend or someone familiar boleh hadir, ataupun nasib baik supervisor boleh hadir. Kalau boleh place dia in a strategic position, in a strategic position. Kalau tak dapat place in a strategic position, apabila you stress ke gelabah, tengok saja di mana kawan you ataupun supervisor ataupun pensyarah you berada, renung dekat dia orang berapa saat and then continue. Sebab the purpose of having someone who is familiar with you inside the room is untuk kurangkan you punya anxiety tu. Okay? Alright, before you start with a greeting and a smile, use a conversational tone, sebab begini, untuk memudahkan you menyampaikan sesuatu, you anggapkanlah audience you ni tak familiar dengan your topic. Meaning you know inside out about your topic. Misalnya contoh, you baru balik melancong dari Australia, you balik kat kampung, cerita kat dekat nenek you pergi Sydney Harbour lah, you pergi Australia Zoo dan sebagainya. So have that side of mentality, okay? You use a conversational term. Cerita, nenek, Australia ni kena naik kapal terbang 8 jam. Sampai kat sana, landing kat Sydney ada opera house. Okay. Dress neatly and professionally. Biasanya pakai men selalunya pakai suit and tie or the very least pakai kemeja or something business like lah. Okay. Um, use your voice effectively. Speak as loud enough to be heard and be confident. Avoid speaking in a monotone way. All right. Alternate the rate of your voice um, based on where your presentation is. Ikut alunan suara. Uh, kalau nak bagi contoh analogi, anggap kalau apa macam pacing cerita lah pada introduction, mainly give a low to medium tone untuk cerita, what is your word. Bila you sampai pada result presentation, let's say one result, you kata bagus and it agrees with the application of fast accelerator. Okay, this found that satisfaction um, is an antecedent to post purchase behavior. And this is supported by fast caller. Tapi kalau you nak express a result yang against yang di reject, misalnya kata, but surprisingly, our study found this study found that food quality does not influence satisfaction. How could that be? Okay, and based on the academic argument, it could be that in our scenario, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, N, O, P. All right, so alternate your tone of voice based on where you are during your presentation. And apabila you sampai ke penghujung, you boleh slow things down lah. Okay. Alright. And point yang terakhir, drink water to prevent voice presentation voice problems. Sekarang most conference dia sediakan air lah di atas pentas tu. Kalau tak sebelum-sebelum ni air ke atas pentas tu hanya reserve untuk keynote speaker lah. Tapi based apa yang saya tengok, concurrent sessions pun sekarang dia dah sediakan air untuk minum. So kalau rasa tak selesa tekak, jangan malu untuk buka botol tu dan minum sikit. Okay, and then continue. Right. Okay, sama macam tadi, never read from pre-prepared text. Use short words. Take care of your transition. Asosiasi dalam tone suara you. Don't hesitate to show expression, enthusiasm and personality. Okay, cuma saya nak caution kat sini, it's okay you minat untuk cerita kepada audience you discover ni, your product ni bagus, boleh mengurangkan blood pressure sebagainya. Tapi saya tekan kat sini, when you speak during your presentation, elakkan guna nama pertama, meaning avoid using that, I did this, I discovered this, my team did this, we discovered this. Jangan guna nama pertama when you are giving up your speech. The same approach also applies when you are doing your thesis or report write up. You don't report that I discovered that low income people in Tok Jembal consume fewer vegetables. No. Kalau you nak kata, you kata apa? Based on the scenario study, it is discovered that people in Tok Jembal are low income and they consume less vegetable. The researcher discovered this after doing thorough interviews with the people there. Always guna kata nama ganti ketiga, not yang pertama. Okay. These are some 10 or some of the common mistakes by the presenters. Sebenarnya ada banyak lagi, but selalunya 10 ni lah yang orang buat, even for some seasonal speakers. Tak ada preparation langsung, no presentation objective, pakai haung saja, miracle first presentation, lack of good visuals, meaning dia punya slide tu stale saja, ineffective closing, tak ada enthusiasm langsung, nak share knowledge, nak convince someone to buy, nak convince someone to be more devoted, berdisiplin dalam agama. no eye contact apabila you baca sangat, lack of facial expression, um, stay in one place, or no or audience involvement. Yang ni biasanya berkaitan dengan Q&As ataupun throughout your product presentation tu you tak benarkan audience bertanya soalan masa you present. Kalau you tak nak bagi audience interrupt you masa you present, at least lepas hujung presentation get them involved. But kalau you boleh get your audience to be involved during the presentation, would be better lah. Okay. Alright, things to avoid when you do a presentation. Number one, you tengok sini, swinging and moving excessively. Misalnya dekat pentas rostrum tu, bilik phone, goyang-goyang tangan, goyang-goyang handbag sebagainya. For those yang free hair ataupun guys yang ni, main-main rambut, dah jambul tu. Ketiga, avoid eating or chewing gum or any sweets. Picking the top of the pen, main plan. Sambil present, bla 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 bla, for the woman, playing with jewelry, yang perasan tu anak brother, anak mami nak show bling-bling semua tu. It will ruin your presentation. You are presenting your research and your product, tapi you duk tunjuk-tunjuk you punya jewelry, orang akan tanya, kau ni nak jual produk, nak present findings ke nak show off you punya jewelry? Don't know that, ya? Okay, leaning against something for support. So that's why saya kata tadi, if the presentation requires you to stand up straight. Kalau dibenarkan duduk, misalnya dalam forum, sit pun stand up straight. Janganlah sampai you terbaring atas couch tu, right? Okay. In terms of voice, do your best to avoid talking too fast, too slow, or too low. Yang ni saya akui saya sendiri and maybe a few other seasoned speakers will have challenges to do this, tapi to avoid to use filler words, repetitive sounds and phrase okay. Dan ni kadang susah nak elak, tetapi cara untuk elak ni adalah sentiasa praktis dan sentiasa make it a habit of giving presentation. Lama-lama kita akan makin kurang guna REO or long pauses. Okay. And please avoid being arrogant when giving your presentation. Mentang-mentanglah you find something novel, jangan kecilkan researcher lain, jangan mempelekeh-lekehkan produk lain, kata ni dia orang punya produk tak bagus, awak saja yang terbaik, yang terhebat sebenarnya. Okay, jangan arrogant. Be humble and highlight what are your key advantages of your products or your findings. Okay. Okay. Right, moving on. What can you do to reduce your speaking anxiety? Ini macam saya dah sentuh dah tadi. Know the room, know the audience, practice. And jangan ada dalam mindset tu orang datang you nak you fail. Having the mindset that people want you to succeed in giving your presentation, whether you want to sell product or give motivation or tell what have you discovered and contributed to the world of knowledge. Don't be apologetic for being nervous. Concentrate on your message. Turn your nervousness into positive energy and gain experience. Jangan henti giving presentation. Jangan hanya terhadkan giving presentation untuk kita, untuk seminar ataupun subjek lain saja. Apabila you masuk ke alam pekerjaan, maybe you jadi pegawai sains ke, mungkin your HOD akan lantik you untuk jadi pengurusi majlis for an audit ataupun you bagi training kepada staff bawahan. So gain that experience. You boleh start di universiti, tetapi bila you masuk dalam pekerjaan, uh, continue doing that. Janganlah you mengelak kata, alah bos saya baru, saya apa, tahun depan je lah saya present. No, ada peluang untuk present, present. Improve yourself. Okay? Right. Transfer your fears and nervousness to presentation presence and strength. Okay. Selain pada apa yang disenai kat sini, remember, breathe in and breathe out slowly. Tarik nafas, tarik nafas. And for the Muslim, boleh juga baca doa Rabbi sholli sahli wa yassir li amri uqatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Okay? Or any other appropriate doa. Okay. Stretch your muscles, meaning your neck and legs, before you start the presentation. Repeat breathing exercise. Close your eyes and feel prepared and ready. Okay. Walk into the room and feel the space of your success. Okay. All right. Now, once you've given your presentation, conclude during the applause, you have at least one final step, which is the Q&A session. And to prepare yourself, you should know the background of your topic. After all, you are selling the product. After all, you do the research. You should be the expert in that field. Okay. And before you do the talk, try your best to find out if there are any current uh, issues, whether it's in newspaper or articles that was recently published. You may cite references that are slightly old, katakan tahun ni 2021, yang masa you karang thesis, you nak buat paper, you cuma jumpa 2018, 2019. Tapi katakan seminggu sebelum you nak present, you kebetulan jumpa a good material. And you tengok tu tahun 2021. You boleh guna benda tu. Beritahu, okay, recently, 1 week ago, it's discovered that this researcher discovered apa-apa. Ataupun in the news last week ago on BBC, on the Star, on Channel News Asia, it is reported that Southeast Asia is coming up with an initiative to fight obesity within the region. Contoh, okay? Find out something that is recent before you talk, right? Okay. Know if there are any influence or impact on society ni. Service sama dia. And of course, know your source which your research is based on. You buat research, you mestilah tahu. Kalau you tak ingat semua reference, at least ingatlah the key reference yang memberi, yang menyokong you punya findings of your research tu. Okay? Alright. Ni macam saya ulang kali. Ingat, you are the expert. Okay? Alright. Saya nak highlight for ni. It's okay if you don't know or haven't done the experiment yet. Alright. Okay, saya nak relate how to handle I don't know response ni. Boleh punya please avoid kalau orang tanya you and you tak boleh jawab, jangan kata apa sekepuk I don't know period. Sebenarnya you cuba jawab macam ni. Um, sama ada you suruh dia repeat untuk bagi clarification ataupun you kata apa I'm not really that knowledgeable in this certain field at this moment of time. Let me allow me some time to find out and I will get back to you when I have the answer. Okay. That is much more appropriate way to respond kalau you tak tahulah. Benda ni saya diajar dan didedahkan apabila kerja dalam service sector lah. Let's say dekat front office, orang tanya, where's the nearest nasi kandar restaurant? Kalau you jawab, I don't know sir, manager you ada on the scene, memang you kena marah heavily. Okay. Kalau you tak tahu pun, at least kata, wait one moment sir, wait one moment madam, let me check the information for you and then come back to them. Okay. And apabila saya kerja dalam JDS di Sabah, tips yang pegawai saya share apabila ada audit, dan auditor tu approach tukang masak tu dan dia orang tak tahu, tukang masak ni akan jawab macam ni. Terima kasih tanya soalan ni tuan. Saya tahu soal jawapan dia, tapi saya tak berapa confident nak jawab. Biar saya check jawapan saya dengan bos saya dulu, go back, clarify correct answer and then baru datang balik. Okay? So these are some of the soft ways to respond to an I don't know scenario. Okay? Say uh, I don't really have the appropriate answer or it's at the tip of my tongue, but let me check the facts and I will get back to you. That's it. Okay? Dan kalau boleh untuk elak senario macam tu, anticipate cuba anticipate likely questions and prepare exercise or materials in advance to answer any of the questions or comments given during the presentation. Okay. Most of all, be positive for any comments or criticism you receive. Right. What a take-home message. Okay, presenting your work orally is a wonderful opportunity to further your career and of course enhance your public speaking skills. Okay, whether in academic or whether you are working in the corporate or professional sector. Okay. Key to success are preparation, precision, and practice. 3P. Right? Always have a backup plan. Maksudnya sediakan materials yang sewajarnya. Kalau kalau you anticipate orang akan tanya benda yang mungkin lagi sikit pada presentation you. And last kali, try to have fun. Try to enjoy yourself when you do your presentation. Okay. Remember, a poor presentation is usually a presentation with little or no eye contact at all, no engagement with the audience, mumbling, reading from paper or text too much, little to no structure, too much information cluttered inside the slide, and lastly, bad visuals. Okay. And usually, when you do a presentation, academic presentation, you of course akan prepare slides dan bergantung kepada majlis akademik atau majlis ilmu tersebut. Kalau you perlu sediakan handouts, sediakan handouts. Okay. Alright. So that's basically it on what to do and what not to do in oral presentation. Okay, stop. Dr. Asmah ada, Dr. Asmah? Dr. Asmah ada apa few experience of giving presentation ni that you may share with apa? With ada anak kita ni? Other than the thing yang sentuh tu?
Maybe nanti sikit kot Dr. Rais. I maybe akan concludekan sekejap lagi ke?
Okay. Alright. Alright. Before we reach that, are there any questions or comments or concerns to address about giving oral presentation? Semua masih follow ke? Ke semua tengah makan kuih raya tu? No. Senyap je dia orang ni.
Kalau yang bising tu yang pelik Dr. Rais. Kalau senyap tu biasa. Kalau aktif tu yang memelikkan. So ini perkara biasa lah sebenarnya. So untuk bahagian saya nak tahu setakat sekarang ni kalau performance untuk you macam mana semua? Are you having any problems ke? For the time being hanya ada few student je yang ada WhatsApp tanya some things in regards to writing review. Hopefully yang lain pun dalam keadaan yang selamat hendaknya. Alright, sebab for you to enable to make the oral presentation, you need to have the slide. You need to prepare the slide. For you to prepare the slide, you need to have the content. So where do you get the content from, class? You get the content from the review paper that you are currently doing, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully bila you dah siap buat the review paper, is really easy. It's easier for you to do the slide presentation because you already have the content. The problem right now is that whether the content is there or not. All right. So hopefully by now you're already on your halfway towards doing the content. Okay.
Yes, and
So
hopefully by the end of this class, you dah boleh start dah draft you punya slides, kan?
right, yes. So okay, I would like to emphasize again on the review paper writing. Okay, this is in the context of writing. Okay, it's not oral presentation. The context for writing. So do check or do align yourself to the rubric of the writing assessment. All right. So let me share. Um, Okay, tak apalah. So kalau you kata, you tengok some of you are asking me whether you have to put objective or whether you have to put problem statement or you need to put both. So again, refer to the slide presentation and also the rubric. If the rubric says that you have to give the provide with a problem statement, a critical problem statement, and then you need to state the issues. So you need to do so. All right. And then if, for example, in the context, in the body content, it says do provide tables to ease the panel ataupun untuk memudahkan kita membaca. So you kena letak tables. Sebab ada ruangan markah kosong hingga 5 kalau tak salah. So kosong if you do not provide tables at all in your content. So how do you provide a table? So by providing a table, you need to do some research, some reading. At least I said to you previously, at least ataupun sebaik-baiknya 10 papers to for one factor, for example. Alright, so bila you ada a lot of papers that you have read through, then you can do tables. For example, you kata nak tengok apakah faktor-faktor yang mempengaruhi BMI, for example. So, dia kata faktor-faktor yang mempengaruhi BMI, antaranya faktor yang pertama adalah overeating. So, siapa yang kata overeating? So, you put the authors. Contohnya, Dr. Rais et al. Ke, Asma et al. Ke, Amanina et al. Ke, Fong et al. Ke. Alright? And then, faktor yang kedua. For example, faktor kedua yang mempengaruhi yang mempengaruhi BMI adalah genetics. So, who said genetics? So, you put Kam et al. Ke, Irfani et al. Ke, Lai et al. Ke, Farah et al. So you put all the main findings in a table. After you put the table, then you give some explanation on the table itself. Okay, the explanation needs to be a critical explanation, as I've mentioned to you before. All right, class. So when you come to the slide presentation for the oral presentation, make sure all those things for all those tables you put it in the slide. Okay, the tables need to be provided in the slide. So you can just simply explain based on a table sebab you dah buat benda-benda tersebut. Okay, the problem is bila you tak buat lagi. So you akan nampak kesukaran dekat situ. For those yang ambil tajuk FYP, it will be more easier for your FYP later sebab you dah memang buat dah. So this is towards your FYP jugalah. So for those yang tak buat in regards to you punya FYP, tak ada masalah. It will teach you how to do um, a review paper. Alright. So I hope in the context for the review paper, it is crystal clear for all of you. Is it crystal clear, class? If it is yes, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, so kalau siapa-siapa yang tak faham, you can just directly ask in this class session kan. You tak perlu tunggu lama-lama, just ask the question. For the time being, we have not eaten any student yet lah. Kita tak pernah makan lagi any student yang tanya soalan, alright? Sebab kita dah cukup bekalan kuih raya. Amanina pun dah banyak kuih raya. So, setakat ni kita tak akan makan lagi kalau you tak ada soalan. You nak tanya soalan, kita tak akan marah Just ask the question. Kalau you malu, you can write it in the chat box. Alright? Okay, now I think Dr. Rice, are you going to continue with the rubric oral or?
I just nak update orang apa when are they going to present. Yeah.
Alright,
I
so
kena present.
can I proceed with the oral rubric a bit?
Okay, sure. Boleh?
Alright. So let me share the rubric for the oral presentation, right? Can everyone see my screen right now? Thumbs up if you can see. Alright. Alright, so this is the oral presentation, alright? So what is the criteria that you are going to be giving marks based on, alright? So when you see the oral presentation, so this is the rubric. So if you can see here, if you can provide issue or problem, if the issue you provided is very clear, okay, sangat jelas and precisely related to the recent status of study ataupun research or research done to manage the issue or problem. So di sini you need to provide a problem statement, okay. Dia sebenarnya tally je dengan FYP you punya tata susila FYP. So you provide some brief introduction, alright. Sama juga macam review paper, macam review paper writing, alright. So in terms of oral, dia adalah you pertama sekali untuk dapat markah yang paling tinggi is that the problem given is very clear and precisely. So macam mana nak bagi problem tu very clear, you kena give some supporting evidence kenapa problem tu is very significant for you to do that study ataupun for you to do that critical review. Kenapa you pilih tajuk tersebut? For example, you kata you nak buat tentang daripada tongkol jagung kan, tongkol jagung biasanya orang buang kan. So kata dalam Malaysia ni tongkol jagung orang memang makan sangat jagung-jagung, buat puding jagung lah, buat apa lagi, semua benda lah jagung sampai kan terlalu banyak penggunaan jagung hingga kan tongkol jagung bertan-tan tak digunakan. So ini menjadikan satu masalah pembuangan yang sangat tinggi. So you bagi statistik, contohnya daripada tahun 1990 sampai 2021, berapa tan peningkatan tongkol jagung itu. Tongkol jagung ke nama dia, saya tak tahu, yang batak, yang tongkol jagung yang kita tak guna tu kan. Maafkan saya kalau dia punya penggunaan term tu salah. So tongkol tu dibuang. So based on tu you kata, so this is a review paper you nak buat tentang bagaimana penggunaan tongkol jagung digunakan di dalam industri dijadikan sebagai tepung ke, for example. Okay, so that is the one of the problem yang you nak bagi tahu. Alright, ataupun contoh kedua you kata you nak tengok isu kanak-kanak orang asli, katakan. Sebab apa you kata nak tengok isu kanak-kanak orang asli? You kata one of the problem statement you kata peningkatan cognitive impairment di kalangan kanak-kanak orang asli. You bagi contoh statistik ataupun contoh mana-mana report yang kata memang berlaku peningkatan cognitive impairment di kalangan kanak-kanak orang asli. Alright. So if you give more evidence, more citations in regard to the problem statement, then you will get the full mark. Alright. Sama juga untuk yang lain-lain ni juga. Okay, so for example yang macam saya beritahu tadi, content of the review, you kena bagi tables, appropriate tables or figures used to better discuss the content. So you kena provide the tables. Kalau di rubrik tu kata kena ada table, you bagi table. So if you do not give any table, then you will get berapa markah dia? 1 sahaja. Right? So right now what we aim is to get the fullest mark as marks as possible. Okay? Markah paling tinggi. Just so you just follow the corporate assessment ini. Okay? So for the second page adalah lebih kepada bagaimana you present, okay, the delivery, able to deliver the review clearly, okay, and confident. Okay, so this sebenarnya bukan perkara mudah sebab some of you are still struggling with I mean the macam with the confidence, and then some of you are still struggling with the English also. So saya pun mengalami masalah yang sama. Okay, kita what we need to is try to practice. Okay, before the presentation. Sebab most of all, kebanyakannya kadang-kadang last minute tak sempat nak prepare. Kadang-kadang bila dah present tu, tiba-tiba ada lagi few slides yang tak sempat present. So, semua benda tu akan mempengaruhi markah you all, right? Sama juga bila dalam FYP, you need to practice before doing the real presentation. The key word is plus practice. Without practice, it would not be perfect. Kita memang tak akan capai martabat perfect itu, tapi at least we are capable to be a bit of confident, right? And then eye contact. So to sustain eye contact memang bukan senang sebab we are still learning, dan kita kadang-kadang nak tengok juga slide, but try to minimize the eye contact with the slides. Okay, so by how to do that? Again, by practice.
Another thing, that's why saya tekankan dalam
Yes.
slide, simplify your sentence. Jangan you masukkan one paragraph of 4 to 5 sentence and you baca. Simplify the sentence.
Yes.
And use big font so that you tak meleret.
Yes, sebab bila you put all the words, you will read all the words that you have put in the slide. Okay, normally macam tu. Okay, I think that's all for the oral. You can read through the rubric assessment. Try to get the fullest mark as possible. Okay. Itu sahaja kot saya rasa untuk ni bahagian saya. Alright, so in terms of you punya critical review paper, you still have to refer to the slide presentation macam ni yang hari tu saya dah kita discuss bersama-sama. Alright, is it crystal clear, class?
Clear, class?
Clear, Doctor.
Alright, thank you. Okay, Dr. I'm done my part.
Okay, jom kita beritahu orang when we forecast kita boleh present. Sekejap, ni kena share screen. Yes. Okay. Alright, sebelum cuti raya dan PKP, asalnya kita plan untuk buat 2 hari bulan. Tapi mandangkan pada waktu itu diumumkan student akan balik berperingkat-peringkat, saya dan Dr. Masuki macam akan kurang masa dan isi dah. So saya dan Dr. Asma for this point of time telah mengajakkan you punya presentation date ni ke minggu ke-11 pula. Okay. Dan disebabkan dengan keadaan PKP dan kami bersyarah ni pun hari-hari atau selang 2 hari update saja sekejap boleh balik, sekejap orang Pulau Terengganu saja boleh balik, dan sekarang ni semua student pas PKP baru balik. So saya dan Dr. Asma desaidkan untuk membuat pemandangan oral ni so far atas talian. There will be no physical presentation ya. Okay.
Doktor, nak tanya sikit.
Ya,
So
ya.
the presentation will be like macam saya ada tengok yang student-student FYP lepas present diorang punya proposal ke FYP
Ya.
diorang. So akan jadi macam gitulah lebih kurang ya prosedur dia.
Yes. Grouping tetap akan sama bila dah siap nanti, bila Dr. Asma dah formally give invitation letter kepada pensyarah yang berkenaan ni, kita akan inform siapa dapat group siapa dan grup 1 sampai grup 7 dan dalam grup tu siapa lecturer yang akan nilai you all. Okay. Pembentangan insyaAllah kalau tak ada halangan kita akan buat pada hari kelas seminar juga, which is hari Rabu daripada 8 pagi sehingga lebih kurang paling last habis pun 1 tengah hari. Kita try to do within that time frame juga untuk semua orang. Okay. Right. So maksudnya you all ada extra one week, so you have 2 full weeks untuk prepare your slides and kemas kini and touch upkan you punya slide presentation as well your critical review. Alright.
Okay,
So
thank you, Doktor.
tentatively insyaAllah 11 hari bulan untuk penghantaran laporan critical review at this moment of time kita stick dulu pada minggu 12. Kalau ada keperluan untuk extend 1 minggu, saya dan Dr. Azmah akan discuss and maklumkan semula. Okay. So pendek kata saya simpulkan sekali, presentation bukan pada minggu ke-10, kita ganjakkan ke minggu ke-11. Hopefully tak ada apa-apa halangan, tak ada apa-apa musibah yang lebih besar berlaku. Presentation akan dibuat pada 9 hari bulan 6 through online. Saya dan Dr. Asma sikit lagi dalam proses mengagikan setiap orang dalam grup lecturer masing-masing. Dan apabila jadual terlengkap, kita akan inform as well as bagi tahu for certain groups siapa yang akan jadi hostnya. Alright. Okay, laporan yes, at this point of time still kekal 16 hari bulan 6. Okay. Still kekal. Alright, anything else? Oh, Doctor. Yeah. Okay, all process still clear. Yeah. Okay, Dr. Asmah, nak ada apa-apa kata akhir terhadap anak-anak kita semua ni dengan keadaan yang chaotic yang berlaku sejak akhir-akhir ni? Sekejap balik, sekejap kena tunggu. Ada apa-apa pesanan terakhir dari Dr. Asmah? Oh, ada siapa nak tanya sekejap? Sekejap, okey. Type dulu. Tak jadi. Cakap teruslah Milena. Ni tak perasan. Tentang format ke Malina? Okay, alright. So another last tip yang saya boleh share, disebabkan presentation you 10 minit and 5 minit Q&A, hadkan satu slide 1 minit. Okay? That is one way how you can govern and manage time. Supaya you tak go over you tak meleret and go over the allocated time. One slide, 1 minute. Make sure the content yang you ada tu appropriate and memenuhi apa you nak sampaikan. Okay? Alright. Dr. Asmah, ada apa-apa ni? Pesanan penaja yang terakhir?
Tak ada.
Okay. Alright, kalau tak ada apa-apa, just remember keadaan COVID ni dia dah jadi quite chaotic and figures dia dah memang berganda sampai 4-5 ribu. Ada. Yang aim tu kena dalam report juga. Aim tu kalau dalam rubrik kena bagi juga. Tapi apabila you masukkan ke dalam ke dalam slide presentation, make sure you don't copy one full paragraph lah, Shunhan. Make sure proper point form. Kata aim of the study, based on maklumat of problem statement, the aim of study ialah untuk fulfill atau review apa. Raise your hand. Okay. Ada apa lagi? Sebelum kita wrap up. Okay, please speak to for Palestine, human justice unit. Okay, as for the current COVID regulation, yang saya nak peringatkan, follow all the SOPs and law regulations yang ditetapkan untuk sepanjang tempoh PKP ni ya. Kalau nak keluar, wear mask. And hal bila nak balik tu, so far kita ikut saja apa yang UMT and KPT arahkan selagi kita boleh accommodate. Kalau kena ubah sana sini, kita cubalah sedaya upaya dan kita serah sajalah apa kepada Tuhan pencipta alam untuk bantu kita dalam menghalangi perubahan yang yang agak mencabar dan kurang menentu sekarang ni. Okay. Alright. So after this class, you can continue with your critical review preparation and slowly prepare your slide presentation. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Kalau tak ada apa dah, we end the class with Sekarang in Surah Al-As. Okay, thank you very much. Eid Mubarak, selamat Hari Raya, and stay safe everyone.
Thank you, Doktor. Selamat Hari Raya.
Okay. Selamat
Thank you,
menjamu
Doktor.
selera.
Thank you, Doktor. Selamat Hari Raya.
Selamat
Thank you, Doktor. Selamat Hari Raya.
order scones ke, afternoon tea ke. Enjoy eating. Right.